Welcome back to Television A7. Let's jump right on into it. Porsha Williams Guobadia announced her return to Real Housewives of Atlanta, and a couple days later, this story comes out about her husband, Simon. Now, according to court documents, Simon has been fighting for his U.S. citizenship, but he's getting denied because of his shady past, including bank fraud, credit card fraud, identity fraud, fake marriages, and multiple felonies. Okay. Nice picture of Simon and Portia right there. And shout out to the neighborhood talk. That's where I'm seeing this now. Let's get into exactly the details of everything that's going on with Simon. Um, this says court document listed Simon's background as the reason for his citizenship denial. In August of 1982, he overstayed his visa. In September of 1987, he pleaded guilty to bank and credit card fraud, a felony offense. In January 1989, he was arrested for unauthorized use of a vehicle, and in 1990, he was arrested for ID fraud. But he didn't stop there. He would go on in 1991 to commit more credit card slash ID fraud. He just couldn't stop. He had to be physically removed from the United States. However, before his removal, he used a fake identity to receive temporary resident status in the U.S. under the Special Agricultural Worker Program. As part of the program, his temporary resident status was upgraded to permanent after a waiting period. In December of 2022, Simon attempted to use the SAW program benefits as a reason why he should be eligible for naturalization, but the U.S. said hell no because he only got into the program by using a fake identity. It's important to note that even his marriages were listed as shams in these court documents. On March 13, 2023, Simon filed an instant complaint and asked the court to vacate the denial and remand with instructions to grant his application. Simon is now married to RHOA's Porsha Williams. With all this fraud and criminal activity, Simon is definitely giving Apollo Nada and Peter Thomas's storylines a run for their money. Simon got a lot going on. Now, these are some of the court documents. Wow. So they basically took everything from here, from this, and just put it in easier to read on this side over here. So yeah, it says he overstayed his visitor visa, overstayed his 6-month visitor visa, September 87. Petitioner was arrested for bank and credit card fraud and pleaded guilty to a felony offense. He was arrested in January 89 for unauthorized use of a vehicle. In January 91, petitioner committed another felony offense. It's like, Simon, what you got going on, Simon? It's like this is repetitive. I could see if it was one time, but you doing bank card fraud, like identity fraud. Like you can't be out here doing all of this fake IDs to like try to dupe the immigration process. Yeah, this is not looking good. But of course, all this is coming up now that Portia is going to be back on the Real Housewives. But hey, this is something that we will be watching. Let me know what you guys think about it. And I believe Portia is Simon's fourth wife, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is his fourth marriage. You all remember he was married to Fallon, how that ended, and how he subsequently ended up with Portia. And Portia is still not really going to get away from that either. It's going to come back up at some point in this season, even if it's just a little shade here, somebody throwing a jab there. Somebody's going to bring that up because it was just messy all around. Fallon and Simon, their breakup was messy, and Fallon messing with the young man, and then the way Simon and Portia got together, it was all just a hot mess. It was a hot mess. But Simon seems to be unbothered. Okay, this is what he posted um, in his ID comp, no shaky, happy Sunday. So he chilling, okay? He got his little robe on with a cigar, new teeth shining. He ain't under no pressure in that picture. But we have an immigration law attorney. He entered the chat and said that when you petition for citizenship, the government can go back and assess if your green card was lawfully obtained. So at Gilman Immigration underscore law says, phew, when you petition for citizenship, the government can go back and assess if your green card was lawfully obtained. From these facts, it appears material facts were omitted, which could have resulted in the denial of his green card initially. Now he risks losing his green card and being put in deportation proceedings again. But he has options if he qualifies, such as LPR, cancellation of removal. So he further goes on to explain that, hey, everything is not so cut and dry, but Simon does have some options, but if those options do not come through, then he could possibly be deported. So this is going to get very, very interesting. Like I said, when more information comes out, and we will be seeing this play out on the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me know what you guys think about everything going on. I do want to read some of these comments here under this post. I want to go back to the original one here. Someone says, this is who he is. This ain't breaking news. Shout out to Kempire. He joins the chat. He says, this song, though, I'm not sure what song it is there, but shout out to Kempire. Someone says, no wonder my good sister had to go back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta to get that paycheck. The Bravo office is going crazy right now. That was so long ago. Stop judging people on their past. OMFG. The government gets so concerned about people committing crimes against them, but turn a blind eye when corporations in that very same government is committing crimes against humanity. Enter Porsha's storyline here. Simon always gave me hush puppy vibes. This season on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Bye. Never could judge him. Same as Trump. Go off, Simon. I hope you get citizenship, big dog. So we got a little bit of mix comments here. Drop your thoughts down below. Thank you guys for watching Television 87. And if you want to check out another video of mine, I've got one right here for you guys. And I will talk to y'all soon.